everyone. So this is Total Running Circuits. My name is Jillian, and while I wait for any participants to come in, I'm just going to give you an overview of what equipment you'll need for today. So we're doing cardio and strength circuits. So for the strength circuits, you're going to need one heavy dumbbell, so I have 15 pounds, one set of medium dumbbells, which mine are 10 pounds, and then one set of light dumbbells, and mine are 5 pounds. And feel free to listen to your own music in the background. That is what I'm going to be doing, so there's no set playlist for today, so feel free to just listen to whatever you want. And in a few moments, we're just going to get started with the warm-up. So feel free to just grab a little water before we get going. Alright, so it looks like we're all set. So we're going to start off our warm-up by just doing some arm swings from side to side, and just adding a hamstring curl to loosen up the upper body and lower body. So try to get your arms as wide as possible and alternate which arm goes on top once you overlap them. And next up, we're going to stretch out the hamstrings. So I'll give you a side view right here. You're just going to take one leg straight and one bent, and just scoop it down like you want to touch the floor, and go ahead and switch legs. Really lengthening out the back of the legs right here and standing all the way up at the top to get that full range of motion. And keeping a slight bend in that front leg. Next up, we are going to do some butt kicks. So standing up tall and bring your feet back. You can go ahead and pump those arms. That heart rate up a little bit. And try to touch your heels to your butt as close as possible. All right. And next up, we're going to just open and close the gate. So coming like side to side, and then other way around. So this is just loosening up our hips right here, and you can feel a little pinch in those glutes as well. Really trying to increase the range of motion in the warm-up right here to get you nice and mobile for all the exercises we're going to do today. And up next, we're going to do some jumping jacks. So out and in, easy pace right here. This is only the warm-up. Making sure you're touching your hands together at the top, keeping that core engaged, and slight bend in those knees. And finally, we're going to come down to the mat for some mountain climbers in 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and walk over to your mat or any soft surface you have. And bring the feet close to chest at your own pace right here. This is our final move to get that body temperature up, get that heart rate up, get the blood pumping for 10 more seconds. Knees pump in and out for 3, 2, and 1. All right, so taking just a moment to catch your breath a little bit. I hope you're feeling nice and warm. I'm just going to grab a little sip of water. So our first circuit today is going to be a cardio circuit, and we are doing as many rounds as possible of a series of moves. So first off, we have 6 reps of a side-to-side shuffle, so you're getting low in the squat. Shuffle side to side, touch the floor, stay low, and touch the other side. So this is 1 rep, this is 2 reps, you're doing that for 6. And next up, we have 3 ladders and 4 jumping jacks. For the ladders, you're stepping your feet out, out, in, and in for 3. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 jumping jacks. Just like that. Next up, you're coming into lateral squat jumps. So starting low in the squat again, you're going to swing your arms back and propel yourself to the side. 1, 2, up to 6. And last up, coming into a reverse lunge. You're doing 3 of these per side. Lunge and front kick for 2 and 3, and then 3 on the other side. So I'll go through those moves again throughout the circuit, but you're doing 6 reps of these 4 moves, as many times through as possible in 5 minutes. So go ahead, loosen yourself up, and we're going to get started in 3, 2, and 1. Sorry, 1 second. All right. So starting with those side shuffles for 6. Getting down low in the squat, and touch the floor each time. Keeping that chest lifted, like you want to show the front of your shirt. And once you're done with that, coming into those ladders for 3 and 4 jumping jacks. 6 reps of each move. Fast as you can with those jumping jacks. In and out with those feet, fast as you can. Try to get them faster every time. Explosive vertical motion in those jumping jacks. Like you want to reach your hands higher up and your feet further out every time. Really maximizing that range of motion. You're 1 minute in. Coming into those lateral jump squats when you're ready. Low in the squat, really swing those arms back to get as much momentum as possible. And exploding off of your heels, really powering through with the glutes. Give you a front view of those reverse lunges. You're hitting 90-90 every time with those legs. 3 per side. Really make that kick sharp at the top and recoil it back in. Right in those side shuffles when you're done with those. Staying low in the squat each time. Really gotta max out those glutes. Really making sure to explode in those movements. As many rounds as possible right here. Coming up on 3 minutes left. You're aiming for 3 rounds through. You're keeping your chest tall in those jumping jacks. Really driving through with the arms to propel yourself in that vertical motion. See if you can challenge yourself every time to get those feet in and out, faster and faster. These moves are about speed. We're not slow and controlled right here. As you can. And jump squats. Remember to use as much momentum as you can from the arms, but keep it pushing with those legs. You want to explode as possible. Feel that tightness in your quads. And brace the core. You can switch it up on which leg starts first in the reverse lunges. 3 per side once again. Side shuffle once again. You're over halfway through. See if you can finish this last round in this last minute and a half. I know you can do it. Challenge yourself. See if you can get a farther lateral motion each time you go side to side. Coming up on that last minute, see how many reps you can get through. Can you finish this round? Can you finish this round with time to spare? Legs fast as possible. Feeling that point of contact at the top. A full range of motion. Exploding off the balls of your feet without fast movement. Keeping it light, keeping it strong. These last 30 seconds, finishing this round with me here. And you get through the lunges. You extend all the way at the top. These last 15, keeping it strong, keeping it together. These last 10, explode side to side right here. Keeping it moving for 3, 2, and 1. Take a breather. That's the end of our first circuit. Go ahead and grab some water. Our next circuit right here is going to be combination strength. So we're working multiple muscle groups at the same time. So our first move is going to be, so we're doing 5 moves and 1 minute per move. So our first move is going to be a reverse lunge to overhead press. Just like we did in that first circuit, I'm grabbing my 2 5-pound dumbbells. I'm taking them up to shoulder height, reverse lunge, and press up with the weights. We're doing 30 seconds per set. After that, we are coming into wide to narrow bicep curls. So I'm grabbing my 2 medium dumbbells. You're going to come in for a narrow curl, elbows under shoulders, and then out to the side, hands right next to the shoulders right here. So narrow and wide. After that, we are going into some arm extensions. So coming onto the mat, your knees are stacked under your hips. You're extending your right leg and bringing your left arm out. Then you're going to extend out to the side. And we're switching 30 seconds through. And after that, grabbing your 1 heavy dumbbell or 1 medium dumbbell and coming into a wide squat position. I'll show you from the side. You're going to swing, do kettlebell swing through, like so, and then swing down and come into a squat. So it's up, back, squat, up, back, and squat. And our final move is going to be a front raise plus a drop squat. So you can do either medium or light dumbbell, bring it to shoulder level. As I drop into a squat, I'm going to extend out. So up, extend, up, extend. All right, so we have 30 seconds before we get started with that circuit. Go ahead and catch your breath, make sure you're fully recovered. And make sure you're grabbing as much water as you need. Grabbing your light dumbbells and starting with the reverse lunge to overhead press. And start. So as you come down, you're pressing upward. Arms are slightly in front of shoulders. And keeping that load in the front leg. And we're going to switch sides in a few seconds. In 3, 2, and 1. So opposite leg comes back. Still pressing upward with those hands. Feeling that pinch in the shoulders at the top, especially in front of your arm. You're keeping the load in that front leg. to really work the quad all the way through. We're switching in 3, 2, and 1. So grabbing those medium dumbbells for the bicep curls. Once again, curling in and out to the side. In the narrow curl, you want to twist the dumbbells slightly as you come to the top. We're doing slow and controlled movement right here. Really isolating the bicep and extending the arm fully at the bottom for that full range of motion. So let that arm hang loose so you don't use momentum to come to the top. You're really feeling that pinch in the bicep, especially as you pass through the mid-range of the curl. And we're going to switch, dropping that weight, either medium or light dumbbell right here, going to the drop squat plus front raise, drop, and up. Keeping that core engaged all the way through will help you maintain stability at the bottom of the movement. Really pace yourself with this one, trying not to rush through the squat. Pausing for a half second at the bottom of the movement to make sure you really engage your shoulders. Chest lifted right here, maintaining stability in the upper body as well as the lower body. If at any point you need to drop the weight, that's fine. But still extending those arms at the bottom. 3, 2, and 1. All right, coming down to the mat. All right, so on all fours, left and right, left arm, right leg, out to the side. Really engaging the core right here to maintain a neutral spine. And go ahead and switch sides. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Trying to create a diagonal line between your extended arm and leg. Coming down for the kettlebell swing. And standing it up. Final exercise of this circuit. Go for your medium or heavy dumbbell. Once again, you're going to swing back, up, back, and down. If your legs are maxed out right here and you don't want to go for the squat, simply stay with the regular kettlebell swing. Really using those hips and hamstrings to propel yourself forward. If you want to challenge yourself and drop into the squat, feel free to do so. Really launching that dumbbell forward with each movement, like you want to throw it across the room. And squeezing your glutes at the top of the movement for that full extension. Really engaging that core right here. And driving through the heels. For 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and drop that weight. Go ahead and grab some water. Really make sure you're hydrating. So our next circuit is going to be another cardio circuit. I'm just going to towel off a little bit. As I'm sure you are also working up a sweat. Okay, so our next circuit is going to be our final cardio circuit of class, and it is a little complicated, so you're going to need to follow along with me as much as possible. So for our first round, it's going to be 3 minutes. So for the first minute, we are doing 10 seconds of mountain climbers, 20 seconds of plank walks, and 30 seconds of the squat to side tap. So mountain climbers, you're coming down to your mat just like we did in the warm-up. Knee comes to chest. Your plank walks, you're coming into the plank position, step arm and leg out to side. And if you want an extra challenge, you're gonna crunch knees to chest, like so. So walk to the side, crunch in, or you can take that crunch out. For the final exercise, you're coming down to a squat. You're gonna tap to the side, stand, squat, tap, stand. So for round 1, once again, 10 seconds of mountain climbers, 20 seconds of the plank walks, and 30 seconds of the squats. The second minute is going to rotate, so we're doing 10 seconds of the plank walks, 20 seconds of mountain climbers, and 30 seconds of squats. And then for round 3 and 4, we're going to rotate again, and then we're going to repeat rounds 1 and 2. So after 3 minutes, we get a 30-second rest, and then we're doing another 3 minutes. All right, so make sure you follow along with me. I know that was probably a bit confusing, but I will take you through it. All right, so we have just about 30 seconds here before we get started with that. So once again, our 3 moves are mountain climbers, plank walks, and squat with side tap. So just be on the lookout for those 3 moves. Coming down to the mat, we're going to get started in 10 seconds with those 10 seconds of mountain climbers. Starting in 3, 2, and 1. This one's going to be quick. Mountain climbers, 10 seconds. Here we go. Knee to chest as fast as you can. Core engaged. Draw as fast as possible. And plank walks up to the side. Crunch in. 20 seconds. Here we go. Once again, take out that crunch if you're not feeling it. But keeping that core engaged all the way through. Walking to the side, into the side, fast as possible, and standing it up. We're going to squat, tap to the side, up, squat, side, up. 30 seconds right here. This is going to be the longest set of work in these rounds. In 10 seconds, we're switching through for 10 seconds of plank walks. That's coming up in 3, 2, and 1. Coming down to the mat, in position once again, side to side. Add a crunch if you're feeling up to it. And walking it back to the mat. 20 seconds of mountain climbers. Here we go. Really tucking those hips under to maximize the range of motion for those knees. Driving them into chest, fast as possible. See if you can challenge yourself with each rep. And standing it up. More of those squats. To the side and up. For a final round of this set, we're starting with 10 seconds of these same squat taps. Final minute of this first round, and then you get 30 seconds of rest. Keeping that chest lifted for just 10 more seconds. Our real challenge right here to finish it out is going to be 30 seconds of those mountain climbers. But first, we're going into those plank walks. Swimming it out to the side and crunch it in. As you can right here. Once again, take out that crunch if you need it. And coming back to the mat for 30 seconds of those mountain climbers to finish out the round. Come on, you're sprinting those knees just like you're sprinting to the finish line. The finish line of this round before you get a rest. Come on, run it out with me. for 10 more seconds. Here you go. You're resting in 3, 2, and 1. 30 seconds right here to catch your breath. In round 4, we're doing 30 seconds of those plank walks. We're starting with 10 seconds of mountain climbers and 20 seconds of the squats. Coming down to the mat for mountain climbers in 3, 2, and 1. Mountain climbers right here. It's only 10 seconds. It's going by fast, so make sure that you're caught up with it, going as fast as you can. And you're going to stand it up for the squats. 20 seconds right here. Chest lifted, shoulders down and back. Full range of motion every time. Your hips are in line with your knees. Plank walks in 3, 2, and 1. Coming down to the mat once again. Back to the side. This is the longest you're going to do this move for. Keep it strong. Keep it going. Crunch if you can. I know you can challenge yourself right here. This is the longest you're going to do this move in this circuit. Coming up in 3, 2, and 1. Taking a breather. We come back to the mat for mountain climbers. Just a few seconds right here. And once again, walking it out for the lateral plank walks. If you need a breather right here, coming into child's pose for a few seconds and walking it out once again. We're coming into the squat and side taps in a few seconds. In 3, 2, and 1, standing up. I know these rounds are tough, but trust me, you have 1 minute left, and then you're done with cardio. You're gonna keep it going for me. You're gonna keep it going for yourself. When you're coming up on this last minute, everything is out the window. You're gonna push through with me. And coming down. Plank walks, 10 seconds. 10 seconds, that's all it takes before you're done with this move for the whole class. You're gonna be 2 with the crunches right here before we come into mountain climbers. 20 seconds right here. And then you're throwing this move away too. Standing. In 3, 2, and 1, stand it up. Final 30 seconds right here. If your lungs are on fire, if your heart is racing, just know that that's happening to everyone else who's doing this workout right now. But you're gonna push through because you want to accomplish something today. And I want you to accomplish something today. You're gonna feel real good in just 3 seconds when you get to rest. In 3, 2, and 1. Stand it up, catch your breath. I'm giving you an extra 30 seconds of rest right here. Just really let that heart rate come down. I know that was a really tough circuit, and it was hard to follow at times, but thank you to everyone who really pushed through it. Probably worked your brain as much as it did your body. All right, so our next circuit is going to be our final strength circuit. So we just have a regular format. We're doing 5 minutes with 1 minute per move. Your first move right here, you can have an optional medium dumbbell holding it at chest level. You're gonna come to a squat. You're gonna pulse at 1, 2, then lunge 1, stay low, and 2. So squat pulse for 2, and alternating lunge. You can also drop the weight for that. And next up, grabbing your light dumbbell, coming to a kneeling position on the mat. You're You're going to do tricep kickbacks for 1, 2, and pulse it 1, 2, 3, 4. The next minute is going to be on that other side. Next up, you're not going to gain any weight for this move, coming into the bear plank position. So knees stacked under hips and knees hover above the mat. And you're going to bring knee to chest for slow mountain climbers. And finally, staying on the mat, we're going to do large Nero push-ups. So for your Nero push-ups, your elbows are coming right down to your sides, and then you're going to step your hands wide for a wide chest push-up. So push up, step in, push up, and step out. Really making sure that you're not moving your hips around too much. So we're going to get started in 10 seconds. You're first starting with your medium dumbbell or no weight at all. In 3, 2, and 1. Sorry about that. So pulse it, squat 2, and alternating lunge. From the side, you're going to come down to 90 degrees, hips in line with your knees, and step it back, staying low in that half squat and stepping it back. Got just about 30 seconds left right here. Once again, if your legs are way too maxed out for this, feel free to drop the weight, but I encourage you to keep it going with that weight to really load up the legs and work those muscles. We're working those quads and the glutes and the hamstrings, really building up strength in the lower body. Keeping that chest lifted throughout, make sure your weight is centered. And coming down to the mat in 3, 2, and 1. Stand it up, grab that light dumbbell for the tricep kickbacks for 1, 2, and pulse 2, 3, 4. Making sure hinging forward slightly to really isolate the back of the arm so you're not working your back too much. And switch sides. Oh, actually, sorry. We're doing 1 minute per side. I apologize. So these top half pulses right here are really going to help you work the most difficult part of this range of motion. Really squeezing the muscle at the top will really help strengthen and tone it. Giving me 5 more seconds on this side. And switching in 3, 2, and 1. Slow and controlled movement once again right here. That's always the motto with these strength moves, since we really want to isolate the muscle and make it work as hard as possible. If you're feeling that pinch in the back of your arm, right above the elbow, then that's a good sign. If not, maybe that's a sign that you need to increase the weight. Trying to keep that elbow glued to your side right here. Making sure you're really digging into that tricep. You're really burning through the back of the arm right here. We're going to give it a break soon. Turning back around, coming into that bear plank position for the bear plank and slow mountain climbers. So knees are hovering just an inch above the mat and bracing that core as you bring those knees in. If you're not feeling the dynamics right here, you can just hold the position static, really making sure that everything is in line. So shoulders are above wrists and knees are right below the hips. So everything is squared off. Really feeling the core, trying to stabilize you as you move the legs. For just 15 more seconds, and then we're bringing it down for some push-ups. Really trying to place the feet down lightly so to make the core work as much as possible. And coming down for some push-ups. Last move of this circuit right here. Once again, down, up, step it out, down, up, and step it in. So we're working the triceps and the chest right here. These triceps are getting a lot of load today, but that's a good thing. So as you step those hands out, try not to move your core, so it's really stabilizing you. So try not to have those hips rotate. So you're really bracing those abs all the way through. Last few push-ups right here. Really try to dig into that full range of motion for these last 5 seconds. And we're gonna rest in 3, 2, and 1. Whew, okay. So go ahead and catch your breath right here. All right, so our last circuit for today is going to be a core circuit. So once again, we're going to do 5 moves with 1 minute per move. So your first move, you're sitting down on the mat, coming into a boat pose. So you're gonna sit back until you feel a point of resistance, and then you're gonna pulse it out, really using your abs to propel yourself up. If you're feeling like a challenge today, you can go ahead and lift those feet up as well. And after that, we're lying back, and we're gonna do some bicycles. So legs are extended out, and bring one knee in at a time. We're gonna slow this movement down a bit so you can really isolate the core. Next up, we're gonna extend those legs once again. Hands are gonna come back, and we're gonna do some toe touches, like so. And after that, we're gonna flip around to the plank position, and come onto the forearms right here, and you're gonna lift each leg up. If you're up for a challenge, you're gonna push off the bottom foot for a jump. So you see my foot leave the floor slightly. That's a real challenge for your core. And finally, everyone's favorite, we're gonna do a down, down, up, up plank. All right. So I'm just gonna let go of that a little bit here. All right, so getting started in 10 seconds. Flip around for that button pose. In 3, 2, and 1. So sitting back until you feel your abs start to work. And you can leave those heels on the floor if you need more stability, or lift them up. Lifting those feet up will work your hip flexors a bit more as well. So if you don't like that little pinch in your hips, you can leave those feet grounded. For just 30 more seconds right here. Really try to bring those shoulders back. So you're really opening up that chest and really working the front of your core. So palms are lifting up as well. We're gonna sit it back for some bicycles in just about 15 seconds. Try to sit back as much as possible. And these last 10 seconds, to really work that front of your core. And sitting back for some bicycles in 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and sit back. And bring those elbows wide, extend those legs. We're gonna slow down this movement. So you're really feeling the rotation in your core throughout the move, and keeping those elbows wide to really provide some resistance for the core. So as you bring your knees in, try to bring them to touch your shoulder instead of your elbow. So right knee comes to left shoulder, left knee comes to right shoulder. Leaving those legs extended. Really try to flex your foot right here to really engage all of those core muscles. And next up, we're going to flip around to the plank position in just about 10 seconds. And flipping around. Oh, my apologies. We're not going to flip around yet. Sorry about that. We're doing toe touches right here. All right, so right here, you're going to want to keep your shoulder blades off of the mat as much as possible. And really working that in front of your core to touch those shoelaces every time. And keeping the legs as straight as possible. But if you want to reduce the load, keep them at a 90-degree angle. Just reach towards the ceiling. But if you want that extra challenge, to really reach towards the finish line, really reach for those shoelaces. And in 10 seconds, we are going to flip around to the plank position. In 3, 2, and 1, grab the back of your knees, flipping it around, and lifting those legs up. In just about 20 seconds, I'm going to give you the option to do that leg lift plus a jump. Making sure you're keeping your hips tucked under to really maintain that neutral spine position. And keeping that foot tap light as you touch the feet down. In these last 20 seconds, if you want to add a little jump at the top, go ahead and do so. Really pushing off that bottom foot and feel the core brace really hard as you come down for the landing. Getting it 5 more seconds right here before we go into the up-down plank. In 3, 2, 1, give the arms a little shake right here. And trying not to move your hips as much as possible. And alternating which arm goes down and up. If you want to break right here, keep it on the knees. Your hips are still in line with your shoulders if you're on the knees. So we're still maintaining that plank position throughout. In these last 20 seconds, squeezing the quads and bringing it up to the toes. If you've chosen to go down to the knees for that burst of challenge at the end. We're bracing for 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Guess you could really hear the effort in my voice right there. That just means that we're all working hard. Whew. So go ahead and grab as much water as you need right here. We are going to rest a little bit, and then we're going to go into our cool down. Okay, so when you're ready, we're going to bring it to child's pose right here. So making your knees the width of the mat and sending it back. Taking some deep breaths right here, in through the nose and out through the mouth. And bringing it up, we're going to go into a hurdler stretch. So your right ankle is right under the opposite hip. So we're stretching out the glutes. Really feeling that nice stretch in the back of your leg. And we're going to go ahead and switch sides. So trying to bring your leg to that right ankle But if your range of motion is not as strong today, just going to the flexibility level that you can. And bring it up. I'm going to stretch out that hip flexor. So opening up the front of the leg. And making sure that back foot is untucked. To really relax the front of the leg. And switch shin sides. Shoulders back and down right here. Really opening up the chest. And go ahead and stand it up for a quad stretch. Finding that balance right here. Looking a few feet in front of you if you're having trouble on that one leg. And flexing that back foot, tucking those hips under. And go ahead and switch legs. So if you find yourself hunching over slightly, I know I am, keep reminding yourself to really open up in that chest. And if you shift around right here, oops, bring that leg behind for an IT band stretch. So reaching to that opposite side. Taking some deep breaths. And go ahead and switch sides. And reach that arm overhead. Reaching to the other side. And bring that arm across for a shoulder stretch. I know we worked those shoulders a lot today, so really making sure you're stretching it out. And go ahead and switch sides. And we're going to open up that chest, bring those thumbs up, and bring those shoulders down. Trying to touch your hands together at the back. And putting those thumbs down, we're going to stretch out the biceps a little bit. Trying to touch the hands together. And once again, we're going to take a deep breath right here, in through the nose. And out through the mouth. Okay, everyone. Well, that was total body circuits. I hope you enjoyed this workout. There are definitely a lot of tough moves, a lot of timing that I hadn't tried out before. So thank you, everyone, for following along with me. Thank you for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this workout, and I hope you feel like you accomplished something and did your best today. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you tune into our other videos. Once again, my name is Jillian, and this is Total Body Circuits. Thank you.